Hi, Bob here from Silver Fox Fitness. I have 4 nerve flossing or nerve gliding exercises I want to share with you because these exercises will help you with back pain, bum pain, leg pain. They're simple, easy to do, and you only need a chair. The first one is known as the Cobra. So sitting in your chair with your legs shoulder width apart, knees over top of your feet. Put your hands in the prayer position. And when you do this, maybe you can lift your elbows up a little bit. Okay? And then you're going to simply go from here to an L-shaped arm, palms down or palms up. I prefer palms down because you can get the L shape in the arms a lot easier. So from here back to the prayer position, and then back to the L position with the arms. That's all there is to it. And you can hold each position for a few seconds, or you can just simply gently and slowly move through the 2 positions to do this Cobra. But you know, the breath is always important when you exercise. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, working the diaphragm and the pelvic floor muscles and the lungs, of course. So let's get our hands in the prayer position with maybe the elbows up. Keep the palms right together, okay? And then take a breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, so all the exhaling and the movement go together. Let's try one more time. Prayer, elbows up, no movement, because we're not exhaling, but we're going to. Here we go. The Cobra. Number 2 is the figure 4. Now you've done this one before. It's the hardest as far as I'm concerned. We're trying to get our ankle on our thigh above the knee. And as we do that, holding it there is tough for me. We're going to hold on to the bottom of the foot and push down on the inside of the knee. We're trying to get our lower leg parallel to the floor as we sit up straight and do all that breathing stuff too. And then we lift the other one up. This is even harder for me on this side because of my knee replacement. Hold on to the bottom of the foot, push the inside of the knee down to try to flatten out the lower leg and do all the breathing too. If that's just way too hard for you, just lifting your leg up somewhere up here, briefly holding it and putting it back down. Other side, up. None of that pushing the knee down and lifting the foot up unless you can do it. That's our goal. So again, we're going to sit up straight, feet shoulder width apart, feet flat on the floor, knees above the ankles. And then when we're ready, we're going to take the breath in through the nose and only move on the exhale. Here we go. Now, that's a little bit too rushed. I want to practice really hard when I'm exhaling to slow down the breath, make it as long as possible, and slow down the movement. So here I go. Yes, nerve flossing or gliding is all about slowly doing it and involving the breath. Number three is simply a leg nerve floss. It doesn't really have much of a name. It's just a lower body leg nerve floss. But the leg's going to be straight and it's going to be bent at times. So maybe we'll call it a straight leg, bent leg nerve floss. So sitting up straight again, on the edge of the chair, freeing up our legs, because if you were back here like this, your hamstrings in the back of your legs would be touching the chair. Just move out. It's a nice sturdy chair. You're not going to fall off, right? Sitting up nice and straight. So we're just going to take one leg, doesn't matter which one, and straighten it. I'm not trying to lift it up high. I could even have it on the floor down there with the heel touching and the toe straight up. But I'm going to lift it a little bit. So when my leg is straight, my head is back and I'm looking at the ceiling. Okay? And then I'm going to go from there to taking my leg and bending it and bringing it behind, putting my toe down and my heel up. And while I do that, look down at the floor. Okay, let's try the other side. So straighten the leg, maybe the heel's on the floor, toes pointing straight up, and then I look up too. I'll lift my leg a little bit. And then after a few seconds, I bring the leg behind, put the toe down, the heel up, so it's bent and it's behind. You might want to stick it under your chair, but I haven't got much room down there. So then once it's down and it's behind like that, I'm looking down too to see if I've got my leg down there. Good. So let's try it with that breath again. So remember, we don't move on the inhale. We only move on the exhale, and we do it slowly. So here we go. Pretty good. Here we go. Do it 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Take your time with the breath. Mind all the details, and you will love it because it should eliminate your back pain. The last one is very popular, usually done on the floor. It's called the cow-cat or the cat-cow. It's a famous yoga pose, but it's good for that back pain, bum pain, and leg pain stuff too. And it's a nerve flossing exercise. So sitting in your best posture possible, sitting up nice and straight, hips in neutral, knees over top of the ankles, shoulders down, back relaxed, all that stuff, all that good stuff. Sitting here, notice where my hands are on my knees. I'm simply going to move my hands to my waist as I push my hips forward and look up at the ceiling and create an arch in my back. That's the cow. And then I'm going to go from there with the hands sliding back to my knees, sitting in neutral again, and then slide my hands over my knees, over Niagara Falls, suck my belly button into my spine, round out my back, look down at the floor, and that's your cat. Pretty easy, eh? All right, so let's do it with that breath. We only move on the exhale. All right, so ready? Here we go. One more time, not too fast. Okay, no excuses. These are really 4 important nerve flossing, nerve gliding exercises that you can do every day, especially if you have back pain, bum pain, or leg pain. And you need a sturdy chair, and they're really easy. Take your time, have fun, and let's get rid of that pain.